that's a wrap, guys. It's today is actually you can kind of see my ass. Today is the 1st of July. You know what that means? What's like a straight anthem? Fuck, come on, more. Think of something. No, come on. Think of something that's like cars, bitches, boobs. No, in my case, that's not the case. Fuck. I am a trad wife now, or fuck, I don't know. But point being, gone with the gay shit. Gone with officially taking down the flag. It is over. No need to appease the gays anymore. June is over, guys. June is over. We can fold that bitch up and take her out next year. It is done. It is done. It is over. There's no like straight people anthem. Well, I'm back to that. Let me just. So that's an update. Wait, you can be a little straighter. No. Even the camera has to be straight. Okay? That's what we're on now. From now on, we're on that straight shit. Oh my god. My fake piercing almost flew off. That's too gay. Actually, let's take it off. Gone. 2 tiny balls that I've glued to my face. Gone. No. We're not doing that anymore. So that's what happened. What an adventure this has been. And it all started in Pergolo, middle of nowhere, butt fuck nowhere, North Italy, in a small village called Pergolo, with a story that wasn't exactly real to begin with, and then carried into reality. And then I believed a little too much into it because maybe the problem is me, ultimately. Maybe, as a storyteller, I believe the stories that I tell a little too much. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Because out of all of the things that I've been complaining in relation to reality, one of them is exactly that even the storytellers seem uncertain about the stories that they tell. They don't exactly go out there and do it. They don't follow through with it, and they don't bleed over the stories that they say. Bleed over, of course, metaphorically. I don't do that anymore. We're done with the barcodes. It's a closed chapter. I mean, like, really like go into it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if anybody reciting Iliad from Homer's wouldn't cry at some point. I don't know. I haven't read the Iliad, but I'm guessing there's points of it where the emotions just get so intense that you, even though knowing it's a story, you let it carry. And I let it carry. Boy, did I let it carry. I let it fester and I let it hurt me, actually. Do I mind? Well, here's the situation. Turns out, just to give you a context before I give you the conclusions that I have, everything's fresh. Everything's fresh because it finishes now. With how I'm very hungry for devotion, for a mutuality, so much so that I might be overseeing the lack of such energy from the other part. And I don't want to get into details because that's not the point here. The point here is the fact that I must persevere no matter what. Like, I'm gonna get hurt by going so far into those stories. But am I gonna stop saying them in such an invested manner? Probably not. I hope not. And shit, even if it ends, ah, that's the thing. The one in love always wins. Cause I I don't think that's not the energy that I finished the last video with. The last video I finished with an energy of doubt, uh, of no, not of doubt, of resignation, and this feeling like I said in the title of um, what was it? It was fuck, I already forgot. It was defiant pessimism of this like, yeah, it's not going well, and fuck you, am I gonna continue doing it? It's absurd, and for an untrained eye, it looks like fucking yourself over, but actually, it tastes delicious. I wouldn't have it. I don't think I would have it any other way. At some point, I would like to have it reciprocated, yes. But here's the thing. I was also I am a victim of a time in my life where I did absolutely nothing. In almost the same setting as I am in right now, I was rotting and dying. Passive, as passive as a human being can be. Uh, it was a time where I felt like nothing that I do in reality changes it, and the only idea I had to try and change things was to be even more violent towards myself. I suppose subconsciously hoping that at some point somebody's gonna go, can this person stop fucking dying? This is worrisome, a bit fucking nasty, considering the fact, like, what was I doing? Let's keep myself accountable. Let's keep myself accountable. What was I doing? I was throwing up. I was making a fool of myself on people. I was throwing my barely living body, usually blacked out body, onto people to handle it like it's a fucking animal. And I was behaving like an animal too. I was like a beast. When I was taken to the ER time and time again, I see you. No, in the ER. I was taken to the ER time and time again, and at a certain point, I became almost a running joke in there. I was pretty much familiar within the night shifts of local ERs as the crazy fucker. Yeah, and like crazy, it's like haha, as long as I'm tied down to the bed, because if I'm not tied down, then I am a danger, okay, to everyone and myself. And that's kind of the point where I was at. What else to keep myself accountable? Oh, I don't remember shit about that, but as far as I've been told, I was pissing myself. I don't think I was shitting, but I don't know. But I know I was pissing myself. I could smell the piss on the carpet the next day. I was never there to clean it up though. To mentally and physically. I mean, uh, I was in an extremely accepting household that definitely shouldn't have accepted the things that they were accepting. But we've worked on it. Luckily, I was saved by, in the most French way that I can, by Uh, and so now we're at a point where we can kind of work through it and get over it, and in my family, the ones that were actually taking care of me at the time, aiding me as if I'm a dying person, you know. But the thing is that it was a time that is a genuine trauma within me, of this extreme solitude where nobody was contacting me. I was pretty much dead to everyone I've ever considered a friend at that point, and I was dying to my family. And they've kind of accepted it at that point too, as in they were around for it, and they've tried to help me. It didn't work. I was fighting back, but my fighting back in reality was just like a begging of, yeah, but show me, how much do you want to help me? And they would let go too fast, and I would be like, fuck, I guess I'll just kill myself then. So I hope it doesn't get taken down for saying that. Well, I'm not gonna censor it backwards. Uh, I'm actually worried about it. But point being, that I know that kind of life. It was a really safe life, and that's why, even though I've chosen not to live it, it's sometimes it shows up in my memory as almost sweet, of not having to care about anything and knowing that I can die at any point and nothing will matter. So I opted out of that life, and I expose myself to things, and they hurt me sometimes, like right now. And it's about continuing, because I'm gonna continue. I'm I'm gonna continue loving. That's the thing. Wait, not that. That's over. It's not June anymore. Uh, I'm gonna continue loving. I'm gonna shift my focus in order not to repeat my mistakes. Unless they're gonna be a good story, then fuck it. But generally speaking, in order not to repeat my mistakes and not to waste energy like I have been doing, then I think I'm gonna shift focus onto friendships now. I am on an I'm on an anti-relationship crusade. Fuck that shit. Not anymore. But truth be told, maybe that's better. I always, whenever I thought of relationships, I always thought that if I were to have one, that I would like to have it from a basis of friendship and then be whatever it may be. So it sounds like the good idea, and the point is that I now have to like absurdly close that thought of relationships in my mind without even thinking, allowing to myself to think subconsciously that, ooh, that's how I'm gonna get the relation. Like, no, just completely turn that off. And then if somebody really wants me like that, then they're gonna wave their fucking hands in front of me and be like knocking at my fucking door in order to fucking at night in my window like this, or the way I've been saying, at my window boombox. uh Fuck, I'm looking for like a right song. Apparently I can't do cultural references these days, or at least this evening, but some fucking love ballad, My Heart Will Go On, or something. I don't remember the lyrics now, but point being, just fucking post it out there. Or be it, take a guitar, start strumming some, where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight. And then I'll know. Because that kind of person will not be turned off by somebody who's a little too delusional not to notice them. No, they will fight for it. They're gonna knock one way or another with respect, of course, but still devoted. And then I'll know. I'm silent now because I'm letting it settle into me so that I just don't blabber about it and do nothing with it. But yeah, And this is like a, yeah, Mar, you'll manage. I got chills now. You'll manage. As in, I was gonna say that I have a lot of friendships that need taken care of, and that could use a follow up. And out of the feeling of responsibility for it, on one hand, yes, but at the same time, also from the feeling of like knowing that there's a lot of exciting people there that could make some fun fucking stories happen, and that I could follow up on in so many interesting ways, that this whole relationship thing would kind of loom over it like a cloud, and like it did right now, not make me notice them. How did that happen? Fun fact, whenever I get chills, that means that I'm getting cringe. I don't get chills when I'm like moved. No, I get chills when I want somebody to shut the fuck up, including me. Ah, I'm gonna let that work within me. This is my accountability page for my internal progress. It's called Horizons of Being for a reason. I am also exploring this shit. I mean, there's a beautiful word. It's called peregrinations. Falcons. Am I right? There's peregrine falcons. That's how I remember the word. Uh, Peregrinations also to me relate to that kind of way of being, of this flying above, not because you feel as though you're above, but in an explorative manner. You're learning, you're finding things out, you're traveling and you're seeing things and you let them work within you. Peregrinations have that. For peregrinations, the goal of the journey is the journey itself. Maybe the whole point was the friends we made along the way, and maybe it is the whole point. And some become friends plus, but it doesn't really matter like that, because you can't have just the plus. It has to be the friend. And yeah, so that's that. I will also be looking into why exactly do I need that attraction layer to work, for me to have things with people, to have some kind of connection. I don't know. I'll be looking into that. Another thing to keep myself accountable for, but for now, let me I'm a challenge person these days. I like a challenge. I like an experimentation. I like behavioral experiments. I like thinking to myself, let me act like this for a day that is completely different to the way that I've been acting up until now, just to see what it does within me, so that I can either change my ways or do as I've been doing before, but consciously. So let me do that with this. I'm gonna consciously opt for friendships and let the whole rest just the same way that rainbow flag. I'm just gonna fold it, put it in a drawer, and take it out when the time comes, and I won't be the one knocking on the drawer. Apparently, metaphors aren't my thing today. But yeah, I'm definitely not as chippy about it as I seem. I'm trying to make a fool of myself about it so that it's easier to digest. But I'm gonna digest it, and I'm hoping it doesn't take too much time to do. Like, I got shit to do. Huh. And that's it. It feels almost weird to end it so fast. But that's the freedom. That's it. On with the peregrinations. On to the horizons.